Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today, I'm going to be tasting a bunch of things that I found at my local Costco. Now, when I say local, I mean 45-minute drive. Not exactly local, but it's the newest location that has opened near me. And it is located in Sharon, Massachusetts, which was still a good, 45-minute drive, but totally worth it. I bought a membership and I purchased a bunch of things. And then of course I had a $1.50 hot dog lunch there, which is great. Totally took me back to my days of shopping with my mom and my brother at Costco. If you missed my recent Costco taste test with my brother, where we tasted a bunch of the food court things together, definitely check that out. We did that over the holidays and it's always a good time seeing my brother and eating with him as well. Now today I'm going to be tasting a bunch of things, but today I'm going to be tasting prepared foods, kind of like deli items they sell at Costco. Back when I lived in Montana, we shopped at Costco, but it's been quite a while since I've had a membership. And now that I have one, I plan on going more frequently, also because there's a location a little bit closer to me. But I don't remember Costco having these prepared items besides the rotisserie chicken, which we purchased on the regular back in our Montana days, which I still have and I believe is still priced at $5.99. I didn't buy one this time, but in that same area, I found a bunch of other things that you can buy to go, to take away, to warm up at home, or to be eaten cold, including a bunch of poke, which I was super excited about. So I bought a bunch of those so I could taste them with you today. So let's go ahead and get started. So what do I mean by prepared foods? I mean something like this. And in classic Costco style, everything is larger. Oh, by the way, if you don't know what Costco is a warehouse store where you can buy lots of things in bulk. Originally, I believe they sold to small businesses or businesses that would resell items. So they would sell them in large quantities at a discount so that they could be resold. But currently, you don't need to be a small business. You can purchase a membership and shop there. But generally speaking, the things they offer are in larger quantities, but at a discount. But phenomenal quality, and I want to see if that quality also shows up in their prepared foods. So this is an example of what I was talking about. I don't remember the Costco of my past having things like this. This is a tempura shrimp taco kit, and this was $17.07. It goes by the pound, so some of them were a little bit more expensive, some were a little bit less. Inside we have the tempura or the battered shrimp already cooked, and all the toppings and things that we need to assemble some tacos, which is great. So you could feed your family with this. I think there's plenty of food here for $17. Besides the great pricing, what I really love about Costco is the quality of the goods they sell and the variety. They sell everything from lawnmowers to prepared foods to clothing, but most of the things are food related, which I love. So dairy items, frozen food items, anything you can think of at the supermarket, you can probably find at Costco in a large quantity. But this is exciting. So we have cilantro lime crema, some shaved cabbage, a good number of tortillas, I would say maybe 20 or so, and then a bunch of prepared tempura. I would say 10. How many are there? Yeah, there's 10. So enough to make at least 10 tacos, which is super exciting. I'm just going to make one. And we have some pico de gallo here, which is some fresh salsa with sliced jalapenos on top. And let's go ahead and warm up a tortilla and a shrimp tempura. So I'm gonna grab a tortilla, corn tortilla, yellow, very soft. I'm impressed by that, and thinner. Sometimes the store-bought ones can be pretty thick and rigid. These are very soft. Wow, all right. Points right off the bat. So I'm gonna heat these in the oven. So while my shrimp and tortilla are heating up, let's go ahead and give this a taste. This is a wasabi salmon roll. So this is a maki roll, meaning it's a rolled sushi. And this was $20.69. But quite a lot of sushi in there. And I love that you can just pick this up right when you're there. So let's give this a taste. Look at that, that's a better look at it. So much larger than what you would find in the refrigerated section at the grocery store. So again, packaged for a crowd. I think this would be way too much food for a single person, but There are different types of rolls as well, so you could pick up a few of these and then you could serve a bunch of people, which is lovely. So we'll take some soy sauce. I didn't open it all the way for once. That's nice. And we have some wasabi here. I'll put it right there. So some wasabi and shoyu. And there is our wasabi salmon roll. Looks like there's some raw salmon in there, avocado, cucumber, some nori, and then we have sesame seeds on the outside. Oops, I'm gonna spill my soy sauce everywhere. Give that a dip and give that a taste. Itadakimasu. Pretty big bite. Pretty comparable to what you would find at a good, fresh sushi place in your supermarket. The salmon, first of all, is very fresh. There should be no fishy smell whatsoever. It shouldn't smell like fish. It shouldn't smell like anything except vinegar rice, maybe, but it shouldn't smell fishy. The salmon portions are very generous, which I appreciate. The avocado isn't brown. It shouldn't be. It should be nice and green, and the cucumber is nice and crisp. The rice is a little bit dry, but it's not mushy or squishy. The toasted sesames are nice on the outside. And the wasabi mayo isn't very strongly flavored of wasabi. It's not super hot or spicy. It's pretty subtle, actually. It tastes more like mayo than wasabi, but pretty good. So my tempura and my tortilla are nice and warm. So let's go ahead and assemble our taco. So add some cabbage for crunch, and then add some of our pico de gallo, and I'm going to add a jalapeno slice, and then some of our crema right on top. Ooh, that looks great. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's give that a taste. Yum. Here we go. Itadakimasu. And that's pretty good as well. The tempura do taste like they are previously frozen, something that you could buy in the frozen food section, but here they're thawed out. But warmed up, they have a nice little crispness to them, which complements the fresh cabbage, which is super crunchy. I forgot the lime. The salsa, while fresh, does taste like the salsa you can find at the supermarket in the grocery food section. It's fresh enough, but it goes nicely with the cabbage in terms of the freshness and the crunch, and goes really well with the fried shrimp. Something about fried and fresh go really nicely together. I haven't hit the jalapeno. Let me get the jalapeno. Love the flavor of the jalapeno, the fresh chili flavor, but it's not spicy at all. And the crema reminds me a little bit more of a salad dressing. There is a cilantro-y flavor to it, but it's not particularly strong. But for something that you can grab and go, bring home and just briefly warm up, have a meal ready, love that idea. And it's pretty reasonably priced for as many tacos as you can get. So yeah, shrimp tempura tacos. Not bad. I do miss a little bit of heat. I think I would add some serrano chilies or maybe some Thai bird chilies for a little bit more heat, maybe a little bit of chipotle for some kind of smokiness, and a little layer of kind of flavoring so it just doesn't taste like this pico, which is fine, but a little bit more zing to it, you know, a little aggressive punch. That's what I think it's missing. Now let's taste the whole catalyst for this taste test. These. I found poke at Costco. This one, the sriracha salmon poke, and the ahi tuna wasabi poke. So these are super popular. So these, I've learned about poke when I first visited Hawaii, where you can find this. This is raw fish that has been seasoned, in this case with sriracha and mayo and tobiko, which are fish roe. And this one is, I believe it's a kind of a soy dressing with wasabi. This one's tuna. And typically this is served with rice, Japanese sticky rice. You can also wrap each bite with a little bit of nori seaweed, which is extra delicious. So that's what we're going to do today. The spicy one is my favorite. So because this is raw fish, you need to eat this right away and keep it cold. So here's the salmon. It smells great. Whenever you eat seafood, you should smell it and should not be stinky. Should not smell at all. And it doesn't. If anything, I smell green onions, which are on top. Tiny little tobiko. Do you see the tiny little row in there? Some fresh onion as well. Looks fantastic. So to serve this, I would place this on my rice and just eat it like that. Or you can wrap it with a little bit of seaweed as well. Doesn't that look great? Put some green onions on there. Okay, let's get some of the tuna too. Looks great. So these are each about $20 each. The sriracha mayo one was $18.89 and the ahi tuna was $22.43. Plenty here for at least 4 servings, I would say. So there's my bowl. And let's just eat it with our rice, like this. Here we go. Itadakimasu. Again, very fresh. The sriracha salmon has a nice little spice to it. I wouldn't immediately think sriracha though while I'm having it. I taste sesame seed oil and more like a chili oil, to be honest. I don't really taste the sriracha, nor do I taste any kind of mayo. It's more of a chili oil flavor, but nice. I can still taste the salmon, which again is wonderfully fresh. Taste of the ocean. I love the little pop of the roe in there. Not what I imagine what I would have in Hawaii typically, but still very good. Spicy, oily, a little bit of green onion to it, but I'm surprised by the level of heat. It's a nice kind of warmth. Now let's taste the ahi tuna. So this is the wasabi one. Here we go. Again, very fresh. No hint of fishiness, as it should be. I'm not getting much wasabi flavor on this one. I do like the seasoning. There's a nice balance of kind of salty soy flavors. This one I taste sesame seed oil, which I find kind of missing or lacking in the sriracha salmon, but I do taste the sesame oil in the ahi tuna, which I like, and lots of onion. This too is very good, but again, a little bit different than what you would find in Hawaii. But I've heard, and it's totally understandable and logical, that Costco's tailor their inventory based on what local people want. So in Hawaii, for example, you can find lots of Asian products. And I imagine they would sell poke there as well. So lovelies that live in Hawaii and have shopped at Costco, please report down below. Actually, lovelies all over, please report what your favorite things to find at your local Costco are. And then I can try to look for them at my Costco. Okay. This is key. Adds another layer of texture and crunch, but then a nice little injection of sesame seed oil. Fantastic. And nori flavor, which is lovely and roasty, toasty of the ocean. Fabulous combination. I would definitely buy this one again. Next, let's try this. This tray, very nicely packed again, great for a potluck, is chicken alfredo. Look at that. So hefty and weighty, so solid. This was $18.32, but this is 4 pounds of food. So a lot of food, very generous with the cheese and the chicken. And then I don't know if you can see, oh yeah, you can see a little bit down below that there's pasta with alfredo sauce underneath. So the way they have this package makes me think that this is ready to go right into the oven. I would probably cover this with a bit of foil, pop this into a 350-degree oven and let it cook for 30 to 45 minutes until everything is nice and warmed up, because everything is cooked, it just needs to be warmed through. But since it's just me, I'm just going to scoop some of this onto a plate and microwave it. So first off, it sounds very creamy. And that's a wise thing because pasta tends to absorb a lot of the sauce when you put sauces on it. Did I mention that a few beautiful lovelies came up to me while I was shopping to say hello? Appreciate that. Super sweet. Okay, here's the chicken Alfredo, all steaming hot, warmed up. Looks like the chicken on top also is white meat, just breast meat as well. And very saucy, not at all dry. And it smells great. It smells rich and saucy, milky. Alrighty, let's make sure we get a bite with everything. Here we go. Itadakimasu. Mm-hmm. I just had a little flashback. Mm-hmm. That's great. It reminds me of, I believe they were called Michelinas. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure you will. They were little TV dinners that my mom would buy for after school snacks, and I love the Alfredo one. This is what it tastes like. The pasta is tender, but not squishy or soggy. The sauce is rich and tastes garlicky and creamy. The chicken is very tender and is just white meat and much more generous than the frozen dinners that I had after school. But very good. Having said that, it does have a kind of cafeteria taste to it somehow. Maybe it's the sauce. Maybe the sauce was pre-made sauce or jarred sauce. But it's still really, really good. The fresh Parmesan that's sprinkled on top is a nice touch. It gives a nice little bit of cheesy funkiness and kind of melts in there. And it's a nice salty complement to everything. Really good. There's two I would buy again. And again, in one of these really convenient containers that you can stick right into the oven. Of course, not with the clear stuff. Alrighty. And for my last trick, I'm gonna taste this. Look at these. Dubai chocolates. Now there's an asterisk next to it. Not sure what that means. So I don't think these are the official Dubai chocolates. I don't believe these come from Dubai. No, they come from Germany. But they are inspired by Dubai chocolates with the kataifi pastry inside, and I'm presuming pistachio because there's pistachios pictured. If you missed the whole Dubai chocolate craze, I did make a DIY version. You should check out that video down below. It's pretty delicious. It uses shredded phyllo dough pastry. It gives a beautiful crunch, and then you add pistachio cream to it to make it kind of oozy, and then it's all enrobed in chocolate. Sounds lovely, right? Yes, but it is a lot of work to make. You can purchase it if you're in Dubai, but if you're not, you can try making it in your home, or you can try these. I'm curious to see if these taste at all like the homemade ones I made, which are delicious. This looks a little bit different. These look like they're little bites rather than bars, but let us see. It says, inspired by the traditional Middle Eastern dessert kunefa. Oh, look at that. You get a whole little army of them. Oh, they look beautiful. Look, they're so stinking cute. Very manageable size, I'd say. Great serving. So let's give them a bite. First of all, I'm immediately struck by the smell of pistachio. It smells great. Oh, these are beautiful. Look at them. They have a beautiful little kind of sawed tooth edge to them at the very top there. So cute. And they have a nice little base. And they're thicker than in what I initially thought they'd be. Ah, they're beautiful. Alrighty, let's give them a bite. Here we go. Itadakimasu. Hear that crunch? Pretty good. Here's a pistachio inside. And the kunefa. I think I might like the homemade version better. The chocolate tastes like a milk chocolate. It's quite sweet. The kunefa is my favorite part. The little phyllo strands inside has a beautiful crunch. But I felt like in the homemade version, there is more distinction between the flavor of the chocolate and the pistachio. While here, it feels a little bit more blended together. And I don't really know where the chocolate begins or where the pistachio cream begins. It just kind of becomes a mix. It's still quite tasty, and I love the textures, and the presentation is absolutely gorgeous. So I would say, if you don't want to go the effort of making your own Dubai chocolate bar or flying to Dubai to buy one, then this would be a really simple way to scratch that Dubai chocolate itch. Pretty good, but I think the homemade one is better. But definitely a lot more work. Alrighty, my lovelies, my gut is officially busted. I tried so many things, but there you have it, a little sampler of some to-go items that you can find at Costco. Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite Costco finds are. I'm planning to go back in a few weeks, and I'll see if I can find the things that you suggest. Alright, my lovelies, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! Guess what we're having for dinner? Costco!